morning. Small, powerful group here today for meditation. That's great. This is a short poem about joy written by a Catholic bishop named Robert Morneau. It's like the wind blowing here now there, wherever people care, wherever the right thing is done in the right way. It's like sunshine falling on every flower, every atom, so that petals open and expand and every atom dances, doing handstands. It's like an infant's smile, tickled into laughter, hugged into life, wrapped in the warmth of a grandma's arms. Joy is like a love letter carried next to the heart. Take a deep breath and get settled into your chair. Just focus on your breath. Deep breath, long exhalation. Allow whatever thoughts enter your mind to flow through as you concentrate on your breathing. In meditation, I often have thoughts of things that have brought me joy, things that have brought me a peaceful feeling. Each breath takes in the sacred. Slowly bring your focus back to the room.
All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. Moon rolls through the nighttime as the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle, I can't tell you why. Seasons spinning around again and the years keep rolling by. It seems like I've been here before, I can't remember when. I've got this funny feeling that we'll all be together again. No straight lines make up my life, all my roads have bends. There's no clear-cut beginning and so far no dead end. All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. The moon rolls through the nighttime as the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle, and I can't tell you why. Seasons spinning around again and the years keep rolling by. Well, I found you 1,000 times, I guess you've done the same. And when we lose each other, it's like a children's game. And as I find you here again, a thought runs through my mind. Our love is like a circle, let's go around one more time. All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. The moon rolls through the nighttime till the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle, but I can't tell you why. The seasons coming around again and the years keep rolling by. Seasons spinning around again and the years keep rolling by. Thank you. I am an old woman named after my mother. My old man is another child that's grown old. When dreams of thunder and lightning was desire, this old house might have burned out a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go. There's flies in the kitchen, I can hear them in there buzzing, and I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, and have nothing to say? Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. Thanks, you guys. You who are on the road must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, their father's hell is slowly going by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picked, the one you'll know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry. So just look at them and say, I know they love you. And you, of tender years, can't know the fears that your elders grew by, and so please help them with your youth. They seek the truth before they can die. Teach your parents well, their children's hell will slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picks, the one you know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry. So just look at them and say, I know they love you. Thanks, you guys.
Yes. Hey, come on in. How you doing? Glad you're here.
Thanks. Thanks very much for your warm welcome this morning. I would like to have you join me in giving a very warm welcome to your favorite and mine, the ever inspirational Reverend Ken Wilcox.
Thank you so much. Welcome. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, St. Augustine. Thank you for showing up on a rainy, drizzly day. If there was ever a day that called to staying inside, this was it. But hey, you showed up, and you know what? That means Spirit is going to show up. You know, the only thing in life, the only thing that life ever requires of us or asks of us is the opportunity to appear. You're that opportunity, and so am I. It's the purpose of this wonderful teaching of ours to keep us reminded of this essential truth in our lives and to help this truth show up in our lives in a greater and more powerful and dynamic way. I always ask you to do one simple thing each Sunday morning, and that is to leave all your troubles, your fears, your would-haves, your could-haves, your should-haves, your Christmas list, all that stuff, leave it outside. And for the next 45 minutes or so, to open up an avenue of spirit possibilities. And what are spirit possibilities? They're for more love, they're more joy, more happiness, more peace, more prosperity. All those things in a life that make you feel alive, because that's what Spirit is doing through you and through me, showing up in the physical, recognizing itself through our love, our joy, and our laughter. So know you're in a great place this morning, and Spirit is going to recognize and reward you abundantly. Well, we have lots of announcements, so please be patient with me. To start off, we still have some kids to be adopted. These are kids that are presently at the Betty Griffith Shelter for Families Fleeing Violence. And that's it. And he's gone. All right. So, how many did we adopt, Linda, in all? So 16 people at the Betty Griffith Shelter for People Fleeing Violence. And so what the people who run these shelters tell me is most families who show up leave in a crisis situation. You know, this isn't a planned move. This is get a garbage bag, throw everything you can, and get out the door, even if you do that much. So for the kids, oftentimes they leave behind the things that they value the most. And imagine being a kid on Christmas Day in a new surrounding and without Christmas. We've provided them that Christmas this year. So I am very grateful for you. So thank you for doing that. Yes. Our commitment dinner is coming up this Saturday at 6:30, December 2nd, here. We're going to provide the turkey. We're asking people to bring the side dishes. Who can come? Well, everybody. Everybody can come. We're going to have great music by Eddie Watkins Jr., and he's going to be here playing Christmas music, playing dance music. We'll do a commitment part where we make a commitment either financially or you know, how we want to support this center, and that will be an element of it. But it's going to be a fun party. So if you haven't had a good Christmas party yet, holiday party, this is one that you're invited to, and please show up. December 2nd at 6:30. It's going to be a really nice event. Game night is going to be on December 7th at 6:30. So if you're a person who likes to play board games and such, just come here at 6:30 on December 7th, and we'll have a game set up. You'll get to meet some new people. That's a fun thing to do as well. Hospitality for December, we still need support for that. If you'd like to sign up for that, there is sign-up sheets out in the lobby. Finally, we're organizing something, and I need some help organizing it. And that is on Christmas Day, I would like for a group of us to go caroling and handing out Christmas gifts at one of our nursing homes. We used to do this before COVID. COVID came along and shut it down. We haven't done it since COVID. If you don't have anything to do for Christmas Day, let me tell you, get involved in this, and you will be so grateful. You will be surprised at the number of people who have nowhere to go on Christmas Day in these nursing homes and how grateful they are just to have a visit. We fix up little gift packages for them, and how grateful they'll be for the little gift packages. It's a nice way to give love on Christmas Day. So if you would like to help organize that, either see me or our wonderful Silver Fawn. Silver Fawn is going to raise her hand, and we can get that organized. It would be a wonderful thing to do. Well, I know you're all grateful. Those are all my announcements. So let's have some wonderful music. Whitney, come on up.
Bows and flows and angel hair, and ice cream castles in the air, feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel when every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. So leave them laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus clouds. I've looked at life that way, but now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Something's lost and something's gained in living every day. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all.
Well, thank you, Wendy.
Thank you.
One of my favorite songs. Well, I did forget an announcement, and so one final announcement. Since we're having our commitment dinner here on Saturday night, we need help moving the chairs, stacking the chairs. So if you're a healthy person would like to help do that, after service, we're going to stack all the chairs up around the walls. So if that's something you're willing to do, please stick around for that. All right, yay. All right, to get our service going, we're going to have a wonderful reading and a treatment, and our wonderful Pat Conover is going to come up and do that. Come on up, Pat.
I have a reading from an old Science of Mind magazine. It's called The Gratitude Perspective. When your heart is filled with gratitude, it is grateful for everything and cannot focus on what is missing. It's a quote from Wayne Dyer. Most of you have heard of him. I used to get extremely angry when I had to wait longer than I thought I should. For example, at the DMV. I would go into complete victim mode, thinking that people just wanted to waste my valuable time. I always had too much to do and not enough time to do it. And they were adding to the problem. By the time it was my turn in line, I was usually quite irritable. Sometime along the course of my spiritual study, my perspective shifted. Instead of choosing to get upset, I chose to be grateful. If it was the doctor's office, I gave thanks that I had access to top-rate medical care. If it was the mechanic, I felt grateful that I owned a car and knew how to drive it. If it was the checkout at a store, I felt thankful that I had access to such a wide variety of goods and the funds to purchase them. Getting upset did nothing for me. In fact, it was harmful, both spiritually and physically. Victimhood makes us powerless. By turning to gratitude, I lifted myself out of a victim consciousness and into a creative one. These days, I always carry with me something to keep me busy. We always have our phones in that case, don't we? I wait in gratitude for all I'm about to receive. An affirmation: I live in a state of patience and gratitude, knowing that my life is always unfolding in perfect divine right timing. I know that I am the physical manifestation of the universal spirit that is God. I am the one with the hands to help. I'm the one with the feet to move. It is through me and every one of us that God expresses itself. What we put into the universe is what we get in return. I know that universal spirit is always flowing through me, in me, around me, and that I can make a difference. I can express joy. I can express compassion and love to all. This knowledge brings me great joy. I am so grateful for all that is provided to us, all that we can provide to the world. So thankful for that. And I send this into the universe so it can do its good work, simply by saying, and so it is.
Thank you, Pat.
When I look into your eyes, It's like watching the night sky or a beautiful sunrise. There's so much they hold. And just like them old stars, I feel like you've come so far to be right where you are. Well, how old is your soul? And I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up. And when you're needing your space to do some navigating, well, I'll be here patiently waiting to see what you find. 'Cause even the stars, they burn, some even fall to the earth, and we've got a lot to learn. God knows we're worth it. No, I won't give up. Well, I don't want to be the one who walks away so easily. I'm here to stay and make the difference that I can make. Our differences, they do a lot to teach us how to use the tools and gifts we've got. Yeah, we've got a lot at stake. And in the end, you're still my friend. At least we didn't intend for us to work. We didn't break, we didn't burn. We had to learn how to work without the world caving in. I had to learn what I've got and what I'm not and who I am. No, I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up. I'm still looking up. No, I won't give up on us. God knows we're tough enough, and we've got a lot to learn. God knows we're worth it. Yeah, we're worth it. No, I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. Still looking up.
Oh, lovely. Thank you, Wendy. So my talk title this morning is Good Tidings. It's what the angel sang to the shepherds. But first they told them, fear not. They had to calm them down. Don't be afraid. It's interesting that fear can overwhelm good news, especially when it's that kind of fear that we're just indulging in. We're just we humans have a tendency to enjoy their fears. And staying in touch with news 24/7, spreading bad news all the time. We enjoy that, some of us. But there's a better way to live, because if you're doing that, you're closing out the good news that can come to you. So that's what the angel said, fear not, we bring you good news. I was talking to a relative over the holiday, Thanksgiving. You know, the holidays, you hear from people you don't hear from all year long. And she's a person who has a PhD in negativity. And so I tried to inject some good news. I said, for me, something I'm following, they freed hostages in Israel. That's great news. A 4-year-old baby was released. That's a miracle. That's wonderful, great news. And I shared that with her, and her reply is, well, it doesn't matter. They'll just kidnap more of them. Okay. Then we went into a little three-minute diatribe about that. And so finally, to my Hail Mary pass, which is the only football term I know, my Hail Mary pass is, well, Cher has put out a Christmas album. I saw Cher in Macy's Day Parade. I was impressed. I mean, you know, she got out there and gave it her best shot. My cousin said, you mean that old thing? She says, she sounds awful. She says, all auto-tuned. And I thought to myself, she sounds a lot better than I would sound, so I can appreciate it. After that, I tried to get off the phone with her as quick as I could. Because if Cher's not going to uplift you, what good am I going to do? Now, life will do the same thing. Life will do the same thing. Life will try to channel good news to you, opportunities to you. But if you deny them, if you reject them, life isn't going to get upset. Life will just move in another outlet that will make good use of them. So we want to open ourselves up to see Spirit's possibilities, breaking through life wherever they can. And when we find them, we witness them, we acknowledge them, give gratitude for them, we step into them, and that energy flows through us, becoming us in the physical plane. So we want to be open to as many miracles as we can see. And I have to confess, and I'm not really sure why, for so far this year, my holiday season has been filled with miracles, one after another. Amazing things have happened. It started off almost a month ago now when the terrorist event happened in Israel. The rabbi of Temple Bet Yam called me up and asked if we could help organize a prayer service for them. And they didn't have very long to get it organized. And I stepped in with some other people from the interfaith, and we got that organized very, very quickly. And we were a little concerned about it because there were security issues. And I remember the night that we gathered at Temple Bet Yam, I was in the rabbi's office. He was running late, and he showed up, and you could just tell this was a person who had a million things on his mind. He was getting ready to travel to Israel because he knew some of the people who had been kidnapped. He knew of them. And so this was a man who really was labored with concerns. And then I saw him get out in front of that congregation. Now, the amazing thing about a Jewish service is and maybe at Temple Bet Yam, is celebratory, and especially the music. The music is joyful. I saw him get out in front of that congregation, and he was physically, you could see him trying to lift that group up, not to give in to despair, but to lift them up so they could handle the challenge that was in front of them. He knew that if he let them slide in despair, they wouldn't be able to do the work that was in front of them. And so he got out there, and he did what he could to lift them up. And it was very profound to see that and to know what it was taking from him to do that. But he did an amazing job. We had Thursday before last, we had our interfaith Thanksgiving service. And that too was another miracle. Ministers are so busy right now that it's hard to pull people together to organize things. And at one point, I had almost decided not to do it this year. I couldn't get people to work and to organize it. I thought, well, maybe it's just a thing that was at one time, and maybe it's done with. But a little small voice said, keep going with it, keep doing it. And so I got it organized, and Thursday we were there, and the weather was about like it is today, miserable, rainy, not a nice night out. But the minister showed up, and those women and those guys were on fire. And you could tell how that service just lifted them up. There was a young minister from the Methodist Church and another young minister from Mount Moriah, and they told us that this is the first interfaith service I've been to. I've never been to an interfaith service before, but it won't be my last. I had almost given up on the thing, but just that little bit of extra effort pushed it over the goal line, and now with these two young people, they're going to carry it through. They're going to carry it on. Sometimes it's just that little bit of extra effort can get us to where we're going. Now, I know many of you here were here last Sunday, and we had the winner of our Venus Manley Scholarship Program, one of the first winners of that scholarship we ever gave out, and he is an amazing guy. I remember when he first showed up here, he was, I think his mom had dressed him because he was in a sucker suit with a pink bow tie. He was just adorable. And his parents really told us about the crippling condition he had been suffering for years. He had this crippling, painful condition. And his dad said that there were at times where he was in such pain for weeks on end. And he would crawl in bed with him and he would whisper to him, "Jack, there'll be a better day. There'll be a better day." Finally, the doctors up in Connecticut didn't know what to do with him, so they said, "Move him to a warmer climate." And they moved him to St. Augustine, and while they were getting settled, the mom met the next door neighbor. She was telling him about Jack, and she said she could see the woman's face, register, and she says, "I know exactly what he has." She says, "I'm an emergency room doctor. I studied with a professor who's studying this very condition." And she says, "We can get him help." They got him hooked up, and his dad said, he's 90% back. Well, he showed up last Sunday. I had asked them to come to the commitment dinner, and I hadn't heard back from them, and I just assumed they were busy. But he showed up last Sunday with his dad, and he's so filled out. He's a strong and vibrant young man now. He's graduated from Pepperdine University. He's going to Florida University studying statistics. He's getting married, and he is studying statistics so he can help out at a nonprofit. Hear this guy graduating from Pepperdine. The world is probably his oyster. Doors could open up, and he's still wanting to do good. When we recognize this kind of miracle, more of it will show up in our lives. More of it will appear for us, and there's more for us to do. I loved what Pat Conover said. She said, "I have hands to work and feet to move. We are here and we are powerful. We are here to make a difference. There's more going on in your life than the top of your head and the bottom of your feet. You've got this power for goodness, but you've got to get out and you've got to make the difference. Spirit is with you, but it's counting on you to make the difference in the physical." On Thursday, we had our own Thanksgiving celebration here, and it was a wonderful thing. We had so much food and this place was full of laughter and joy. And I'm hoping that we can do something similar and set up a program or a service where we go to the nursing home on Christmas Day. When we put out our good, it will return to us. It will not come back empty. But here's the problem. It's like mailing a letter. You can't just put it in the mailbox and then sit down on the stoop waiting for the mailman to bring you back a reply. You put it out there, and then you go around and you see what other good you can do. Last week, I also talked to a dear friend of mine from the interfaith community, Swamini Radhakananda. She's a Swamini in the Hindu tradition. And she used to be here in a vibrant part of this community. She had created a retreat out in the rural area, very rural area. And she had tons of acres, and she was hoping that she could have a small Hindu retreat. Well, her neighbors started noticing that she dressed kind of differently, and then they found out that she was vegetarian. She didn't eat meat, so that was worrisome to them. And they went to the county to close them down. The county did. the county closed them down and said, you can't have classes. We told her, you can have classes here, you can come here, and that's exactly what she did. And for a couple of years, she had classes here. She gave up on the retreat here in St. Augustine, and she moved back up to Princeton. But she's back for the holidays, and I've asked her to come and visit with us, and I'm hoping that she will. You put your good out, and you don't know how it's going to reflect back. You don't know how just a little gesture can make a huge difference in somebody's life, because you don't know where people are. You don't know how desperate people's lives can be. You know, I've told this story many times. It happened really happened after Christmas time. This was when I was a young person. I was a senior vice president of a public relations firm. I was making lots of money. I was dressed in, expensive suits, expensive clothes. And one day I had found out that my friend in California, his T cells had dropped below 50, which meant he wasn't going to be around much longer. I had gotten into a dispute with my boss, who was in New York, and I was walking down Wisconsin Avenue, and I was just thinking to myself, why keep on going? And as I was walking, I was on the outside, the sidewalk was packed with people, and a bus came barreling down Wisconsin Avenue, and it came so close to me, it brushed the side of my coat. And I remember thinking to myself, there's going to be another bus coming. And all you have to do is just lean a little bit out, and it will get you out of this. And nobody will know any different. No one will just say, oh, he slipped, he had an accident. No one will know. And in that moment, I looked up, and in the oncoming mass of people walking towards me, there was a woman, and she deliberately caught my eyes. She deliberately caught my eyes, and she smiled. That's all she did. She smiled. But in that moment of despair, that smile was enough to keep me going. You don't know what an interaction at a checkout can mean to a person. You don't know what a smile at a fellow passing car driver can mean to someone. You don't know what a Christmas gift to a kid in the Betty Griffith shelter, what it's going to mean to that child for years to come. So we want to put ourselves out there, and then also to realize that we don't have to take on all the responsibility of the world. You do your part, then you turn it over to Spirit. I remind myself all the time, it's God's universe. I can do what's right in front of me to do, and then I have to count on Spirit to do its part. By letting go, we allow Spirit to work its miracles in our lives. And it's a simplicity of surrendering control, and creating a space for divine intervention so we can witness miracles, both large and small. We celebrate the small miracles as much as you would winning the lottery, then larger miracles will come through. We were planning our commitment dinner for next Saturday, and so we had hoped that we could get a speaker from the Betty Griffith Center to come share with us how much they appreciate our donations throughout the years. Well, we weren't getting anything to work. We weren't connecting to the right people. And so finally I thought to myself, well, call the CEO of Betty Griffith. I gave her a call. The week of Thanksgiving, I gave her a call. She left me a message back. She said, I'll be happy to come. Be happy to come. So I think what Spirit is telling me is that in our efforts, it's about making sure we do follow through, get done what needs to be done, and also talk to the higher power. If you're not getting the message you want, talk to a higher power. Keep the vision in mind. Spirit is guiding us towards this partnership, encouraging us to see life unfolding in magical ways. Life yearns to be lived through you, and we become conduits for miracles when we relinquish our control, embrace our divine guidance. And it's easier for Spirit to bless us when we acknowledge that we're deserving of a miracle. By you being here, you're deserving of a miracle. You're deserving of God's love and support. It created you. It has always been in all of you. It is in awe that you're here, willing to love after you've had your heart broken, willing to try again even if you've had disappointments. So call on Spirit daily and give it sources, give it opportunities to create miracles in your life. Dr. Holmes, the founder of our teaching, he said, we're governed by divine intelligence and directed by divine guidance. He said, recognize every thought, every word carries constructive and divine authority. He says, we got to wake up each morning and know that we have freedom and power and the presence of Spirit within us. He says this freedom does not reside just in the universe. It resides in the mind of God. It is flowing through us and manifesting for us. From the heart and soul of God to your mind and to your possibilities. So we want to move out with divine expectancy, knowing that God's goodness is blooming before us. Dr. Holmes says, if you seek misery, you'll find it. If you seek illness, the world will provide it for you. He says, but we're here to experience God's blessings, not through self-sacrifice. We've done that long enough, but for the joy of living, so that our hearts and souls are intrinsically connected to the universal supply of Spirit's goodness, allowing us to make the world a better place for our having been here. So we want to lay down our burdens. We've carried them long enough. We want to open our hearts to divine guidance, to approach life with a sense of expectancy of Spirit's goodness. The coming year, to know that we can be vessels of miracles, spreading joy and love to make the world a brighter place. What as the carol says, oh, holy night, the stars were brightly shining. You are that star. I am that star. We are that light. So let us lift our eyes up to the best possibilities, sing out like the morning star has broken the dark night, because it knows the glory of the day to come. And we want to proclaim this day for ourselves, proclaim the good news of your heart and soul, and to be the miracle God is calling you to be. You can do it. Spirit is counting on you, and the world is waiting and needing the blessings of your heart and soul. You're up to it this morning. Be the bright, big, bold, beautiful light that God is calling you to be. This is the truth in your life this morning. It's the truth in mine, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Come on up, Wendy.
I have the absolute perfect song to follow that. So I'm going to ask you to sing out like that shining star that Reverend Ken just talked about. And to join me on this, sing all of it. If you know the lyrics to this song, just sing the whole thing with me. But especially on the choruses, and most importantly on the second chorus, I need your help on this. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Over and over and over. I'll give you the signal when we're moving past that. You can play the game. You can act out the part. You know it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice, just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. Now, what you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone? Once you tell somebody the way that you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. True story. A cheeky wheel, always getting the grease. Here you go, help me out, you ready? It's better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Belt it out. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Keep that up. You know, in every land, you know the rain must fall, just like the falling rain. Make it rain, yeah, make it rain. Love, 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 sunshine, oh, make it rain. Love, 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 sunshine, oh, everybody, everybody, well, everybody make it rain. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Big finish. Things are gonna work out better if you only will. That's a promise.
Thank you, Wendy. So now we come to the time we support this center, and we support this center because this place is doing wonderful and great good things. So you can support us in several ways. One, you can do volunteer work for us. We always have projects here we need help with, and if you'd like to do that, talk to Silver Fawn. She's a good person to hook up with, or with me. You can also do prayer work for us, seeing us growing and thriving and getting out into the world, and you can make a donation. However you choose to do so, know that it's going to return to you in multiple and wonderful and miraculous ways. So if you will, take your hand and place it over the heart, and today I'm just going to do the affirmation myself, and just know that the great good that I am sending out is returning to me in miraculous ways, in health and love and joy and prosperity. So here today, I give my offering and I bless it. I know that I'm going to be blessed by it. So I'm grateful for this opportunity, and I release this blessing now to do its good and perfect, bold and dynamic work, returning to me multiplied abundantly. And together we say, and so it is. The ushers a step down. Wendy.
We're going to do this one just for fun. Feel free to sing this with me as well. Well, put your hand in the hand of the man who stilled the waters. Put your hand in the hand of the man who calmed the seas. Take a look at yourself so you can look at others differently by putting your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee. Well, every time I look into the holy book, I want to tremble when I read about the part where the carpenter cleared the temple. For the buyers and the sellers are no different fellas than what I profess to be. And it causes no shame to know I'm right where I should be. Well, Mama taught me how to pray before I reached the age of 7. And when I'm down on my knees, I know I'm close to heaven. Daddy lived his life for 8 kids and a wife, 'cause you do what you must do. But he showed me enough of what it takes to get you through. Everybody, so put your hand in the hand of the man who stilled the waters. Put your hand in the hand of the man who calmed the seas. Take a look at yourself so you can look look at others differently by putting your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee. One more time. Well, put your hand in the hand of the man who stilled the waters. Put your hand in the hand of the man who calmed the sea. Take a look at yourself so you can look at others differently by putting your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee. By putting your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee.
Wendy. Thank you, Terry. And thank you for your support. Your support is allowing the center to grow and to thrive, to continue to be the beacon of love and hope and light and compassion that we are. So we thank you, we bless it, we release it, knowing it does its good and powerful work, returning to us multiplied abundantly. And together we say, and so it is. All right, well, I'm going to do the closing prayer. I'm going to do it in the first person, but take it in for yourself. If I say something that works for you, hold tight to that. If I say something that doesn't work for you, just let that part slide by. But just know this truth with me this morning. There is but one God and one mind and one power. That power is perfect love. It's divine intelligence. And that power is showing up through me, with me, and for me. So this morning in this wonderful sacred place, surrounded by all these wonderful loving souls, I now can know the truth about myself. That I am here to witness, I am here to be God's miracle manifesting before my eyes. I have come to life to see, to witness love blooming and blossoming, health and prosperity. I am here to see the world evolve to a better place, where men have laid down their weapons, where peace is breaking out all over the world, where we see ourselves as a new heaven and a new earth, a new Jerusalem, where we love each other as Spirit loves us. This morning, I've made the decision to lay down every burden of lack, a limitation of less than. I have lifted my eyes up and I have seen the breaking dawn of a powerful new day. That I am one with God. God is love. I am here to experience the great goodness of Spirit manifesting before my eyes. Spirit has called me to be a part of this new day, this new dawn, and I am saying yes to it. Today, I see myself as God sees me, not weak, not wounded, but bold, dynamic, going out into the world, making a difference for my having been here. This is my truth. Every cell of my being radiates this right knowing, and I release this prayer into the mind of God to do its good and perfect, bold and dynamic work, returning to me multiplied abundantly. And together we say, and so it is. All right, my friends, I'm going to leave you with one last idea, and that is your life. Your life. It's not a problem to be solved. It's a miracle unfolding. Your job this week is to go name your miracle, proclaim your miracle, and make it your own. God bless us all. Now let us go be the miracle Spirit is calling us to be. Until we see each other again, it's Reverend Ken wishing you many blessings.
Y'all know the drill when I'm here. On your feet. I know you know the words to this. I stole it from y'all, so. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with our family in perfect harmony. Let Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. And so it is.